Hey guys, it's Austin back with another YouTube video today, and I want to show you two things I got for my birthday because I got two new inflatables. I got a 2.7 foot tall pumpkin, and I got me a 3.5 foot tall trick or treat sign. Now I will be explaining that neither of these will be going in my actual Halloween display except for the trick or treat sign, and it's only going to be going out on Halloween, not as a direction pointer, because if you guys will not know, me and my neighbors do like a Halloween display every single year, and we combine and like give out candy on their driveway. So I was telling my family that this works perfectly for me because I've always seen these signs and I've always wanted to have one of these for a direction pointer. And I think it's very, very useful if it's used in that purpose. However, I have seen some people use them in their displays. It's just that I don't really have the room, and I really do not have the use for it being in my display because it would look too goofy and it look too irrelevant to it. So I think as far as the uses for these two, I'm going to use the sign for directional purposes on Halloween night, and plus it'll help out because it has LED lighting on it, and I don't want that to burn out really too quickly. As we know, these smaller cheap fans tend to have LED lighting and they fade and burn really quickly. So I'd say that this sign will probably be used the least of the two, but it's only going to be used for its intended purpose. However, I really, really like the inflatable overall as a whole. It looks beautiful, and it's a nice way to display in your yard for where you can go and get treats from. And then you've also got the pumpkin one. I'm thinking I'm going to use this more as like an inside prop, like maybe like even a night light just for me to sit by. And like while my other bigger ones are outside going, I'll probably use that one as like an indoor prop. So I think that that'll be a very, very good use for it, because this year I believe with the Fazbear Band and the Five Nights at Freddy's Inflatables group coming out in my display this year, more of these smaller engine inflatables are going to be taken out of the display. So I've just pretty much said there's going to be no small motor ones this year except for the Fazbear Band, and I'm going to try to get Bonnie before or a little after I start putting out my inflatables. Due to the current weather situation with the hurricane, I'll probably be getting those out like about 2 weeks later or a week later than expected, depending on how the weather goes. However, I do expect to get those out by at least before the end of September, so hopefully I will get them out. But without any further ado, let's do the review of the sign first. I will post a separate video for the pumpkin here in just a minute. Let's see. Yeah. It's inflating, guys. So here's the sign. It looks very, very cool. I like the way that the LEDs do interact with the colors. However, I do wish that these two down here would light up a little bit there, these two little curves. But overall, it's a really, really nice looking sign. I think that this model was originally sewn at like Home Depot or some other stores last year, and my family picked it up out of a department store in Pigeon Forge called Old Time Pottery. So got it for only $20, and for this one, I don't think that was really the worst price, but I still think it could have been at least about $15, but it's still okay, especially for this, because I really needed this inflatable in the first place. And like I said, its intended use is going to be used for Halloween night. But let's go over the obvious. It has tricks or treats, which is pointing in this direction as the arrow would say, and it's got a pumpkin in the middle of it. Got that nice LED lighting, which I think works really good with this fabric. And then you got down the pole, and then you got an orange base on it. Kind of reminds me of a pumpkin. You see there are your little tether attachments, and oddly enough, this one came with like tether cords and base pins, and I don't really know what purpose the tether cords serve this one, because there ain't like no tether cords on the side. There's just like tether cord attachments on the bottom, and I never have seen any inflatable use these to their advantage. Actually, I do take that back. They do have two tether attachments on the arrow, one on this end and one on the other end. Sorry for the bad view, guys. My phone's hooked up and charging, and I wanted to get this review out for you guys tonight on YouTube. But overall, I think it's a really, really nice inflatable. Like, who knows, I might even use this like somehow or some way or another. I have no idea. But mainly, as you guys know, like the use that I told you about, it's going to be used just on Halloween, not just to point out where the trick-or-treats are going, because it's kind of its intended use. Because in my yard, it's probably not going to really have no sense made towards why I have it. But overall, I really, really like the inflatable. Really, really nice design. I like the lighting and everything. As a matter of fact, let's see if the LED lighting in the bottom is really that good or not. We'll just turn off the lights and take a little look-see. Well, it don't look bad, but it don't look the best either. Turn the light off, you can kind of see these two stripes just a tad bit. The base, you can't really see it dark. pumpkin you really can't see at all. I might have to put a spotlight somehow on this baby, but I'm planning on like just putting this straight on the front of my driveway, and just that way it can point and just shows like cars like where the trick-or-treats are at. However, the problem is going to be the lighting, because I can tell that like at night you can, on my camera, you can barely see trick-or-treats basically that way. The only thing you can see is the base of the sign and the arrow, and you can't really see the trick-or-treats thing. I might have to put like a light out in my yard or something to point or something like that. I have no idea. But however, I think this is going to be good for its intended use, and it is a beautiful design. Okay, guys, I think it's going to be at the end of this video. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'm going to try to review this pumpkin next and get it out on YouTube as well.